everybody, this is Max Farrow again from Panther Kenpo. In this video, we're going to show you an advanced tying of the belt. We're still going to use this orange belt so you can kind of see the levels of where everything is at, but then I'll tie it again using my black belt so you can see what it looks like when it's finally finished. So in the first video, we showed you how to tie a regular karate knot. In this video, we're going to show you how to tie what we refer to as the first one is called the Hollywood, which means that in the previous one, the back was sort of crossed over. You can see that little crossover there, right? In this one, we're going to be doing a belt to where the belt is all in one piece all the way across. We call it the Hollywood because it looks really, really good from that position. All right, so what we're going to take now, how do you figure this out, is whatever tassel, whatever side, maybe your name's on it or whatever it is, whatever side you want on the left-hand side is going to go onto your left hip, okay? And I'll show you why it all works out, right? And you're going to face it inwards. Okay, whatever you want written here should be facing inwards. By the time it's all done, it'll be hanging down here like that, or like that, what have you. Okay, so in your right hand, you're going to take the piece that you want on for the left side. You're going to tuck it to your left hip. If your belt's bigger or what, you might have to go to the middle of the back. You may have to go to the hip. You may have to do whatever, right? So we're going to take this down, tuck it to the left hip, and we're going to go all the way around. I'm going to spin around so you can see the transfer here. You're going to grab. You're going to make sure that it's nice in position. You're going to hold. You're going to hold right here, then you're going to come around here like this, and you're going to come all the way around to here, and you're going to pull tight just a little bit so you got some tension there. Okay, you're then going to go do it again. You're going to go all the way around, and so it's a nice even one level, all the way level belt all the way across. Right? We call this the Hollywood. Now what you're going to do is you're going to reach down and you're going to pinch into this process right here. And then you're going to take this piece that you have left over, okay, and you're going to tuck over, and then you're going to go underneath all the levels right here, okay, and you're going to pull up just like that, okay, so just like that. So you have this part just like this. You're now, if you can see inside, there's three layers. There's one that's real close to my body, there's one that's in the middle, and there's one all the way at the outside, which is this one right here. So we're going to look for it and find that one's all the way super close to my body, and I'm going to pull it down, and then you'll see what happens. The end is there, right? So now, what does this look like? When we tie a regular knot, we see this all the time, right? It comes over, and then it comes up, and it comes underneath, and then one comes underneath, it goes over all three, and then it comes up top like this, right? So we call this the top, and we call this the bottom, right? In the previous video, we had you take the bottom and do what we call turning your hand south, right? Same thing we're going to do here. The knot is the same. Just the way that we address the belt on first, on the belt on first is a little bit different. So I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to grab with my palm facing up, I'm going to turn over. I'm then going to take the top piece and just bring it down, and I'm going to pin these two, hold them just like that, okay? And I'm going to let go of the left, I'm going to reach into the hole, and I'm going to grab that little piece from this side, and I'm going to pull through the hole. At the same time, I'm going to slide my hand to this section here, I'm going to pull tight. And you can kind of see, it makes that little fortune cookie again. This is a regular karate knot, okay? Nice and tight, and boom, there you go, okay? You might be out on the sides, you might be able to drop down, what have you. But remember, when you first do your belt, you have to make sure that the tassels, the pieces that are left over, are the same length, right? In this particular one. If you adjust this way a little bit and pull out and pull the bottom out just a little bit, you'll see it starts to get longer, okay? If you pull to the other side, it gets shorter and goes to the even, right? So one side to the other, you'll have to experiment with that. If you pull to the left, it'll get longer, and if you pull to the right, it'll get shorter for this one on the left. So with that, you have to make sure that they're both, okay? So then you turn it over and drop it down, put it through, grab, done, right? So that's the first one. Now, in the second one, now this is referred to as a locking knot. And this locking knot that I want to show you is powerful because it's nice and flat and it looks super good, especially with a Hollywood. So we're going to keep the Hollywood pre-tied just like this. For now, we're going to get this nice Hollywood look, right? So these are the two pieces. Now, remember how I said you can adjust the tassel one left and one right by turning left here. So what we need to do is we need to pull the knot there, and then pull everything back to the left, to the right a little bit, okay? And we need to make one side longer, usually about 3 inches. If you don't know what that is, it's about 3/4 of your palm, right? You can kind of guess and figure out what'll be better and what won't, right? So now we have these two pieces again. Now this one on the left, instead of just turning it over like this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it over and we're going to find the two pieces, the two wraps, and we're gonna find the middle of it. We're gonna go in between the two wraps and we're just gonna pull gently, okay? We're then gonna take this top piece and we're gonna feed it through the hole, but into the two wraps on this side, okay? So it kind of looks like that, all right? So this top piece has to go through the hole, okay? It's coming down, we drop it down south, tuck it into the hole, put it between the two wraps, okay? And you have this configuration starting to happen. Make sure it's nice and center, and then we just slowly cinch it together. Now, in this particular belt, and we'll pull tight, you'll get this it'll box up a little bit, it'll cinch up a little, because this is a very thin belt. It's a 1 1/4 inch wide belt, so it's not very sturdy, and it's not very sturdy either, right? So it doesn't really give you a great knot, but it still looks pretty good even in this orange belt, all right? Now, that was a little bit too long. You see one side was a little too long ago, so I gotta go back a little bit. I wanna just get maybe about that much, okay? I'm gonna take it up, put it in between the two. You got the two wraps there, right? So it's going in between, drop down a little bit, drop this down, turn it to the side, put it in between the two there, so it tucks in right here, and pull gently, nice and tight. Now, if you want to tighten this, if your belt got to here and it's too light, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab the top piece and this middle piece right here, and you're going to pull in opposite directions like that, and that'll tighten the belt. And then you'll cinch down a little bit more. And you can decorate this thing a little bit just by flattening down. Now, why do black belts wear this locked belt type, this locked knot? In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's a lot of stomach to stomach and floor work, right? And with that big old karate knot, there's always this process that kind of gets you guilted into there, right? So this is nice and flat, and it leans up against your body nicely, okay? Now, of course, that's the way it looks when it's on an orange belt. Let's have a look to see what it looks like when you get your black belt on, okay? Now, this is gonna be tough to see, right? So I'm gonna take where I have my name on, all right, and I'm gonna put it to here, just like that, just like this, okay? This is the easier way to do the process. It goes all the way around. You're not gonna be able to see this one as well. Come all the way around, super easy. Up, there's a tassel there. I'm gonna flick that other piece down. I'm gonna check to see, now this one's a little high, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull over. We're gonna go back, I'm gonna shuffle it back to here, and now I got a little bit of length there, good. Okay, I'm gonna tuck this in here, get it in between the two. On this side, super easy. You can kind of see the tassels hang down properly. That's how I wanted to get it right there. Good, just like that. Right? All right. Well, I hope this found you well. It looks super nice. It's in a Hollywood format. Very easy to do. Once you really get it down, you start doing it a lot. All right? I'm Max Farrow. This has been How to Tie Your Advanced Belt, and with a Hollywood dress as well. We'll see you next time. And as always, live well.